video, and in this very video we're going to proceed from where we stop. We're going to start creating the functionalities for users to create their channel, and we'll head back to the models. This is where we stop. All our models are here, so let's create some categories so that users can decide which categories they are. You can say blog and technology as one category. Sorry, add another one. We can call this maybe business. So save and continue. Then business, let's say this is entertainment. I put education. Keep spelling education wrong. Say education. Alright, so let's head back. We have 4 categories that users can choose from. Okay, head back. For us to create the channel, first we need a form, so we're going to create a form to create channel. So we head to inside our app, that is this in YouTube app that we created earlier. We're going to create another file. We're going to call it forms.py. Here is where we're going to create a form for us to create a channel. From Django, import forms. I'll call this channel form which inherits from forms dot model form. We are from form.model form. Is form not from, that's from form model form. I will specify the model we want to use, which is going to be the channel's model. We have to import that, so we import it also. Say from channel. Alright, so here we're going to specify the feeds that we want from this model, which is going to be a tuple or a list. We want the name, and we also want the category. Alright, that's the 2 feeds that we're going to need from this model to create our channel. And lastly, let me save this. We head back to the channel, and sorry, I said channel, the models. We're going to set some feeds to be blank and not equals to true, like the description feed. We're going to set this to blank. So just kind of Ctrl+C to quit your server and just hit Python. Alright, so these are going to be our form, and also we're going to style it, add some widgets to this normally for this is the one way for us to style Django form. Remember, we are using a Theme CSS for this project, so I'm going to set some attributes for each of these form feed, that is coming from the model form, so that's why I'm putting in the widget to apply some class attributes to this. So we're going to say is equals to form dot test input. It's going to be a test input, and we're going to set the attributes for this test input equals on objects. First of all, I want to set a class attribute so that we can apply some tail with CSS classes to it. Alright, now I'm going to get the tail with CSS class for this form from the template I designed earlier with NC. Create the category class, which is equals to form dot, I think, select. Here's the class attribute we want to set. We'll set the class attribute for us to apply some CSS to it. Alright, so let's get the CSS classes from our templates, and then head over to our templates folder. Here we already have a base.html that comes with the django authentication, so we're going to customize this so that we can use this for the whole of our project as our base file, so we don't have to create another base file. So what we're going to do is simply this is the templates for the different pages I've already designed for channel and create channel page. So let's take this to our header. We need the meta, the two meta for the viewports, and also the link to the theme with CSS. We want to put this in our base.html file, so we just take it. Alright, paste it here as in the base.html file. We want that, then we want the theme with CSS class, which is already here. Then I think also we want these classes to be in the body. Now we have our theme with CSS. If we apply this, it will work. Now let me quickly open this page in Relay Server so you see what we are actually doing. This is the template page. Okay, so we want this header, that is this nav area, to be in the base.html file, and also this sidebar to be in the base.html file, so that when we extend the base.html file to other pages, we don't have to recode it over and over again. Just extend the base.html to these pages, and they will have this navbar and this sidebar. So what we're going to do now is to cut this navbar and this sidebar from our template that we designed from this create channel and template. It's also the same, all of it, and put in our base file. So yes, this is navbar, so copy the navbar and then back to our base.html. And if you check inside base.html, we have this body block before the messages. I think we'll put the navbar here. We have the navbar here. So let's get the sidebar also. We have a main, so let's cut out this main. Let's copy this main and head back. I think the main should be around the not message. I think around the should be here. We don't want all this navbar anymore. all these default the default navbar that came with this base of HTML. We're going to change it now. Let's get back to here. This is the sidebar. Here starts from. Okay, copy the sidebar. Back. Yeah, copy the sidebar there. So the sidebar is inside the mail. Then after the sidebar, let's head back. We have this mail container area. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to copy because this is same in all the templates. We just copy this and put it around. Put it around. Put this on here. Around the main content block. V. So around the main content block, we want this block content to be inside this tag. Okay, test. And head back to the navbar. Yeah, here in the navbar we're going to paste it here. Alright, that's for that. So take out this. Yeah, we don't need this for now. In fact, let's just take out this div for now and put it somewhere. We'll use it later, but not now. Just cut it out, bring it down. We can just put it somewhere inside the main container here first. With our template, we have inside the main. I think this div, did I put it? Copy it. Start the main is supposed to have this div, kind of wrapping everything. Call this out. Okay, there's some JavaScript here. There's a jQuery. We want this jQuery script to be in the base file also. So we'll cut out the jQuery, put it here. As for the jQuery, I think there are some. So we'll come back to resolving this. For us to see what we are doing, if it's actually in line or is working, we're going to create a simple view. Let's go to the view.py file. Yeah, we're going to create a very simple view. I'm going to call it create underscore channel, which is going to take in request. And first of all, let's just return a render HTML. Alright, so first let's create this HTML file. Let's go to our template directory. Inside our template directory, we create this folder called channel, and inside this channels folder, they will create the HTML file called create.html. Alright, so here we're going to extend that base.html that we are trying to figure. Extend base.html. Alright, I'm going to save this now. I don't expect it to work properly now because based on HTML we've not actually fully customized it, because there are still some JavaScript in our templates that we've not bring in. Let me see, let me go back to the scripts. Yeah, there's a script here. We'll paste it at the bottom of our base file, take it down. After the jQuery, we just paste this here. Alright, and check for if there's anything we need to update. Obviously that okay, if it is intact, that's for that. Then let me see if there's other things we need to move here. Okay, there's a CSS, a custom CSS file here that we have to move to our static file. As this custom CSS, I'm gonna grab this CDM link, we paste this here. Then we have to load template also in here. We have to load template. Load static, sorry. Okay, once we load our static, then we can bring it inside our static file, our CSS folder. There's nothing here, then we'll bring that CSS file into this place now. But before then, we'll wrap this with the Django static tag by just bringing static okay. We'll save this. So now then we have to bring in that file here. If we go to our template, here we have the file. We head over to the CSS. You look at the custom.css. It's just a very simple little CSS styles here. I told you if you want these files, they are the link to them in my description, so you get the links to where you can get all these files. So we're going to move this custom.css now and bring it to our project. Alright, so we've brought the custom CSS over. So let's save this, and in our view we've created this view, so we need to create a URL for this view. So we'll save this and we'll create a URL inside our app. Here we create a file called urls.py. You see from django.urls import path. Okay, and here we're going to create the URL patterns. We're going to take in the path. So we're going to say this path, when someone goes to slash channel slash create, what am I doing, slash channel slash create, we want to load that. So we're going to import the function from that view. See dot view, we want to import the create channel view. So we're going to pass that here now, saying create channel, give it a name. We're going to call create dash channel. Alright, I'm going to put a slash at the end of it, and we'll save these now. So our view is set up, our URL is set up. We have to bring this URL file into the project URL file. So we head over to the project, where it has a URL file. Then here we're going to add it to just come over here and say when someone heads over to slash, that is an empty string, we want to include, we included the URL that we created in the app that we created and inside the project URL file. So we'll save this. I think we are good to preview our create page to see if our base file is actually getting all the things that we've placed in here, because that's the only thing we're extending to this file now. So for us to go and get that, let's check if our server is still running. Let's head back to our page. This time we'll head back to fine. That means our base.html file is actually getting what we wanted it to get. You can see the navbar and the sidebar are all in here. Okay, that's correct. So let's head back to our base.html file. Okay, so we are getting login sign up page here. We don't want this right now. And this logic of if user is logged in, we need it to cut it out. Navbar. Inside the navbar, if you get back to navbar, let's see if the jQuery is working. And if you click this, okay, it's working, the jQuery is working. You see the list of create channel here. So we want to make some changes here inside this. We want to show all these only if the user is logged in, but if the user is not logged in, we only show a sign in button here, just the way it is on YouTube. So that's what we're going to do now for this drop down. Okay, let's head back to our base. Sorry, we are taking a lot of time to customize our base file. So that is starting from here. These URL, UL, I mean, should it be okay inside the UL? Let's just, so yeah, I'm gonna paste that. If user is authenticated, we want to show the whole of all these, and we want to bring in the S block. Take the S block, cut it out, and put it here. S block. Then here inside here we're going to show just one login button or login link. So we're going to put just a link, just an A tag. We'll call this sign in. Alright, so we'll give it some class to make it look like a button. We'll give it alright. Okay, that's for the CSS class. Then the link, we're going to copy that link we took it out already. Alright, no problem, we can just get this link here. So we change into account underscore login. Alright, so that's what we are doing here. So we can take out those ones now. Yeah, we don't need these anymore, so just take out this div. Alright, so that's out. So if we save this and head back and refresh, alright, we won't see that now. And sorry, this where did I put in this sign out link? Sorry, I went to put the sign out link in the wrong place, so cut it out. Should be in the, yeah, should be in sign out. Right, so we'll save it. Now if we head back to, if we sign out, obviously we send us back to the index page, which we have not created yet. So I'm gonna paste this, and here we're going to call the title create channel. Alright, so that's going to be that. Then I'll bring it to the create. If we paste this here, so all our content is going to go in between these content. So moving back to the view, we need to bring in the form that we created in the form.py into our view, so that we can display it on this create channel page. Back to the form. Now we have theme with CSS in our template, so we have to apply some theme with CSS class to our form and class attributes. So paste the classes here. These are theme with CSS. We're giving it a border, a little rounded border, taking the width of 100%, which is the width of its parent, which we're going to create in a second. Then the padding up on top and bottom, outline none, and some of that. So the same applicable to this place. So we Ctrl V. So these are the class attributes. Apart from class, we can also put other attributes like placeholder. We can also create another attribute called, let's call this placeholder. So you enter your channel name, and don't forget to put a comma here at the end. Alright, that's for the attributes. Okay, save. Then back to our view, we need to import this form. So from .forms, we need to import the channel form. Okay, so here is the create view, which we're going to associate the channel form. So we're going to say if request, we're going to do something which will come in a second, x. We're also going to create a form. First of all, we'll create the form and to display the form on the HTML page. So here we're going to create our context, which is going to be a dictionary. We're going to pass in our, say, channel underscore form equal to the form. Alright, then we're going to pass the context into our return. So if the form, we're going to instantiate the form again. So if request is post, we want to get the form, which is the channel form, which is going to take in the request. We process the form, but for now let's try and pass this form into the create. right? So we're going to bring in the form here that we are passing from the view through the context to this very page. Alright, so before we can do that, let's head back to our design template. Here the form is going to be inside a model. Okay, so let me just try and get things. This container, this very container, which I'm going to copy. That's the container where the form is going to reside in, and this container is going to be inside here. Alright, it's going to be a model, and I guess the script for this model, we're going to bring it here. In the base where we have extra body, get this extra body, copy this extra body and bring it here, and take it outside the content and paste it here. Here we're going to put our from the design templates, we have a script here, and this script is responsible for, let's check the script out. If we open our JavaScript and we go to script, here you get the script for model to create our model. I believe this is a little JavaScript to create a pop-up model, open model and all that. So you get the script from the file that you download from GitHub. That is if you need it, but you can also create your own little model for the form. So I'll just grab this script here now and copy it and bring it to over to this place, and we're going to kind of paste it here. But remember, we need we don't have this script in our template here. There's not yet. We have to bring it there too. But first of all, let's quickly use that. Alright, so we need to bring this script into our JS here. Alright, we have the script here already, so I move it to this place. I think we don't have to change anything in the script. So on the script, we brought it inside the, so we have to load static here. We've not load static here, if not it won't work. So after the base file, we also need to load our static here. Saying load static also, and we save. Alright, then inside our model here is where we're going to paste in our form. Alright, so inside this form tag, inside the model here, we are going to bring in the form from our context, which we already have here. First of all, let's put our CSRF token here. Let's say CSRF underscore token. That should be there first inside the form tag. Then here we are going to kind of put in the form. What did we call the form again from our view? Channel form. If we go to the create and we just display channel form like this, let's save and see. Save our template. Alright, let's see if there's any error. We are getting feed error. Alright, the reason why we're having that error is that we misspelled category in the model here, and we give the correct spelling here. So it's giving us on no feed. If you check your console, you can see is the exception is that on no feed category specified for channel. Alright, so for us to do that now, let's quickly correct the one in the model and also make a migration. That we've corrected and we've made our migration. So let's head back to this place and just save and refresh. Alright, let's check if the model is working. Normally if we create this if you click this create channel, it's supposed to pop up a model. So let's see if the JavaScript file is properly okay. It's working. We got our model, but for some reason we are having a repeated create and cancel. We'll fix that in a minute. Let's see if we can check. Okay, good. We can select our category from the category list, and you see the name here. Alright, so let's quickly fix this from create. So head back to create. Alright, so let's check and see. Okay, there's no need for a channel footer since that's some design error, so we are putting everything here. A create button and a cancel button. If we save this and refresh, alright, if we click, we can get our form. Alright, create your channel, give your channel name, and then probably your channel ads. Okay, so let's head back to our form. Here we're going to process the form. Once we get the form data from the request that user is making, what we want to do, we want to check if form dot, if the form is valid, what do we want to do? We want to get the name from the form dot clean data dot get. We want to get the name from the request. Also want to get the category also. From the request. Alright, so if the form is valid, we want to grab those two values, and apart from that, we also want to get the user that is making the request by saying user, which is equals to the request dot user. So this will be our user, which is request dot user, and then if we had the user, so if the form is valid, we want to grab these two values, and once we grab those two values, we want to create the channel dot objects dot create. Alright, first of all, we need to import also, so from dot modal import channel. Alright, so if the form is valid, we grab these two values. We want to create the form that wants to pass in the feeds, the name, the user, channel art, and then channel account. All these, the default is already provided for this. We need to provide the name, user, slug, and then category. This we can leave this for now. When they are updating it, they will update that. So we have the user, the name equal the name that is being provided from the form, and the user equal to a user variable that the user will define that there, and also where the slug feed wants to make the slug equals to the user dot username. So we want to use the username of the user as the slug feed. So we want to set it to the username. Then the category equal to the category. So what we are doing is that we're getting the user, we are getting our user from the request.user. So we are checking if the request or method is post. If it's post, we instantiate the form with the request object, that is the post data. Then we validate the form and grab the name and the category. Then we create the form. We create the channel, not the form. We create the channel, like passing in the name that is coming from the form, then the user from the request, and also slug feed. Remember, we're passing slug feed in the model. If you check the model, we have a slug feed, and remember we set the description to be blank and not true, so we can leave this for now. Alright, so pass the slug to be the username of the user that is logged in, and the category from the form. Alright, so once we create the user, what do we want to do? We want to redirect, we want to return a redirect we have to import the redirect from django.shortcut. We want to import the redirect. I want to redirect to the channel details page, that's the channel page on its own that we just created. So we have to quickly create a channel page. We're going to pass in channel, that's the channel of the user. We want to pass in the request and want to get the slug because the channel is unique to the user. First, we're going to give space. I'm going to return render first. This is going to render first of all passing the request channel.html. Alright, for now channel.html, so we have to create the URL first. So let's save this first. I know we'll get an error because we've not completed this URL, so we have to go to the URL and get this channel here. Go to the URL, we have to import it also. Here we're going to create our path, which is equal to, alright, here we're going to pass in the channel function from the view. I'm going to give the name, call it my channel. Alright, if we save this, now we're passing the redirect to equal to my channel, and we're going to say the slug equal to the user, the username that we defined earlier. Alright, so we are redirecting back to this channels page, but we've not created this channel.html yet, so we have to create it in our template. In our template, we already have a channel folder. Here we're going to create another folder, call it let me see, channels, let's call it channels home.html. Go back to the view and just change this to channel_home. So let's save that. Alright, here first of all let's just extend the base.html. Alright, so that's for the channel page. So let's quickly head back to, let's check our, okay, we are having syntax error. Let's double check from our URL. We don't need the form anymore. We forget the comma here, that's why we are getting the error. So we save now and we'll check back. Oh, from the redirects we are getting errors. This is normal to get errors when you are coding. I think in our redirect, instead of dots we put comma, so we save, and then I think let's see if we have any. Okay, there's no other error, so let's head back. If we refresh, let's try and create a channel. Let's say Python programming, and let's choose a category to be blog and tech, and let's choose create. Alright, it redirects us to channel/admin because the logged in user is the admin. Okay, that means it's working fine. So because the logged in user is the admin, that's why you're getting channel data admin. So if we check the admins page and we check the channel, we see the channel. We have created our channel. Yeah, you can get our default is here and everything is here. Alright, we've been able to create our channel, the category, but no description yet, the name of your channel and the user that created a channel. Okay, so we're able to create a channel. We'll end this video. This video has been a very long one because of the customization and all that. I know it was a little bit slow. I'll try to quicken up my pace in the next tutorial. So don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. See you guys in the next video.